to SRN's coverage of the Inspired Racing League Monday night. This is Sonoma Raceway. Got a little something new here for you guys. You can see at the bottom of your there the 5 drivers that are featured there and their lap times as they get them. There will be a little number on the left. You can see on Jordan Giorno there, he is P5. You can see that little 5 next to his name, now in 6. So that'll give you a little bit as these drivers are qualifying right now. Let's take a look at one of the cars as we look at our race info for tonight. So day race at Sonoma out in the Sonoma County, California. It is 66 degrees out there with a 50% humidity, 26-mile-an-hour wind. We'll have to see where and how that's going to play in. Track temperature at 92, which isn't too hot, but definitely going to wear those tires out. See, the 84 is kind of done there. There's Brett Hanrahan. He's taking laps. You can see he's in the 7th position now. Oh, a little bit hot out of there, so I think he'll stay in the 7th as he crosses the line. He won't be able to do another lap, most likely. Got about 4 minutes left here in qualifying session. A few cars are still out on the track, so let's take a look. This is AJ Thomas right here. You see currently on the marker there, scored in the 10th position. So we'll an eye on him for this lap, see if he can improve. Only a couple cars on track now. You see just 2 of there, Nathan Johnson and AJ Thompson, and Thompson's going to clip the wall just a little bit there and go ahead and call it. No cars on track. Looks like everybody is done. We do have a few cars that have not pitted, so we're going to go ahead and wait for this time to expire here, and we will get this race going. We look around this track. Very interesting track out here in California. I'll bring up the track map so we can kind of see the turns. Obviously, turn 1 and 2, you see right there going up the hill. So lots of elevation changes here as the S's on the backstretch end up going down a hill into what's turn 11 and a hairpin turn. So a lot of technical driving these drivers are going to have to do out here. A lot of right-hand turns, which they're not used to in a typically oval car. So this track here, NASCAR has been going to for decades now, and it's been a great track, lots of action, and we will expect to see that here tonight. I will tell you this, unlike other tracks, these rumble strips out here, for whatever reason, really do upset these vehicles. So they're going to have to try to stay off of those. If you were in an official race, you would get the 1X off track. They don't have to worry about that here today, but it is going to loosen up that car and make it want to spin out if you go over those bumps. You see the yellow and blue there. Now we see the drag strip, which Sonoma is also very famous for. And we will see. We got about a minute left here, and this session will be over. Don't see any cars going to attempt. It looks like about 6 of them have not qualified. They're just going to take their chances, and we will get you the grid here in just a moment. These guys, we do have full course yellows on. However, we'll see how iRacing handles that. I would think a race control, unless there's a big bottle up, big pile up, we're not really going to see anything like that. So we may have all 55 laps go green here. And so if you get an off course or you spin or anything like that, it is going to be very bad for your outcome, because there's just nothing that people can do to catch up once that happens. They are going to have to make at least 1 pit stop for fuel, and I would assume tires as well. Nobody's going to want to go that long on tires. We'll see as we go through the race here. We'll try to document that as best as possible, but we will definitely see a fall off after even just 5 laps. We will see a fall off in the tires, and people will be heating them up. People will be getting them going. So we are done with that session. Let's get this here. So starting lineup for tonight, Mike Hauser gets the pole tonight. Great job for him. Stephen Henning is going to be second. Shane Haar is going to be in third. Elijah Fisher is in fourth. Cade Cannon is in fifth. Sixth is going to be AJ Thompson. Seventh is Jordan Giorno. And Brett Hanrahan is going to be eighth. Ninth is Chris Leota. Josh Henderson is going to be 10th. 11 is Michael Boger. And Jeb Johnson is going to be in 12th. As we look a little bit further back here, 13th is going to be Chad McNeil. Rob Willoit is going to be 14th. 15th is going to be Cameron Wessenberg, followed by Aaron Stanton. 17th is going to be Tommy Lemley. Jason Williams will be 18th. 19th will go to Nathan Johnson. And Garrett Jenkins will get 20th. And our last place will be Darcy Haar. Again, those last 5 or 6 did not choose to qualify. So not really saying they're not fast, just didn't want to be in the mix of it right at the beginning. Get that off of there as these guys get set and ready to roll off of pit road. Looks like we got a couple of cars that still need to get on the track, and then we'll get this thing rolling. Or let's see if we can get Mike Hauser in the booth. Mike, Matthew in the booth, you got me?
In format, I got you.
Hey, well, you put it on a pole. You had a great qualifying run. A couple of guys are pretty fast there, too, and then there's kind of a drop-off. So what's the strategy going here? Are you going to try to save tires, or are we going to try to get a gap?
That's a good question, honestly. I was thinking about both of those options there, but I think I have to read the room a little bit, see where these guys are running, because if, I have a decent gap, I might try to save a little bit, but I also want to have a decent enough gap here. So in case we run into lap traffic, I can manage that.
Yeah, well, we know you guys are going to have to pit. I'm certain everybody's going to take tires. So I say just hammer down, but that's just me.
I'd love to hammer down. We'll see if the tires can hold it. I think tires don't wear as badly as they do on road course here, so that we might be able to afford that here. Just go 30 qualifying laps. So I'd love to do that.
All right. Well, we will be watching. Good luck. Take care of her.
Thank you.
All right. That's your pole sitter, Mike Hauser, in that 43 Sunoco machine, part of the Ford team. We'll see what he does. I think that the idea here, or the best strategy, while I like to see everybody go hammer down, one of the best things to do is for the first 2 laps, really kind of take it easy. Doesn't matter, in my opinion anyways, doesn't matter if you get passed by a car, because if somebody else is running really hard, they're going to overheat their tires. Once you overheat them, you can't get it back. It's so hard to do on a road course to get the tires cooled back down. So you take care of them. A couple of laps, you get past, it's fine, because a few more laps and you'll be passing them back by. But we'll have to see who's going to try to be a little bit aggressive here, because track position is key. If you can be the car that is out front, taking away the line of the other vehicles, it's hard to make a pass. I'm sure that we will see a lot of people diving into that turn 11 at the end of the track, because it is a low speed corner, and so if you can get your bumper inside, it gives you preferred line. So that's going to be a great passing zone for these guys, as we're going to approach that right now. We'll get our first look at turn 11 here. Come down here, you see the pace car is already going to pull off. We'll bring up our tower so we can see. Again, 55 laps tonight. Hauser did kind of indicate that we're going to have about 30 laps a run. Looks like that other line there is not quite lined up yet, as they are under green, and the 12 gets a great jump, actually goes through there first, but you can see that inside line has great momentum. Up the hill we go into turn 2, left back to right. 21 is Shane Haar, kind of outside there, as we're already under a caution. Did not think was going to happen too much here, but let's take a look and see if we can figure out what that was. Not seeing anybody going off track or anything like that, so that's a mystery. But we do have a car stopped right there, so that could have something to do with it. Looks like that's the 4 car. of Elijah Fisher. So, not sure what happened there, but with a car stopped on track, got to throw a yellow. I assume that was done by race control, seeing that that issue was going on. So we'll see. It looks like Elijah's going to get his lap back, go around the track. I'm not sure what happened to his car there. But it is back under power. So he was going to be starting 4th. Now we're going to have a restart here, probably on about lap 3, and he's going to be towards the end of the field, going to have to drive back through here. Last time we were at a road course, I believe it was Charlotte, that 21 car, you see the purple car there. And Elijah Fisher stopped again. Interesting issues. Oh, and Shane Hart just crushed the wall. Let me go back and see what just happened right there. So Elijah is driving just fine. Sounded like the car shut off. Very strange. And here comes the field. And you see Shane Haar take a look at his issue as he comes around there. I wonder if the 43 was blocking his view. Doesn't really look like. He says, hey, I'm going into the pits, and bam. That's not what you want to see. Oh, no. The 18 destroys him. Okay. Well, none of that is good. So let's go back. We're going to have to see here. Let's go back and see the field is not with them. Everybody shows to be in the pits or out of the race. Let's go on to pit lane if we can here. Not going to let me do that either. I need to see something's happening with the server because it's showing everybody's just down and out. Everybody has jumped to the pits. And that's just very strange. I don't see anybody in the pits. I see everybody out. Somebody's going to have to explain what's going on here. We'll give it a second to see what happens here, but okay, so it looks like with the session, there's something wrong with the session. They are going to start a new one. I'm going to pause for a second so that I can get in there, and then we'll restart this, okay? So give us just a moment, and we will be right back. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Sorry again about the delay. So, what ended up happening was the track was set up for a dynamic weather, and it decided to start raining a little bit on the track, and that was not going to work out. So, basically, we have started a new session. These drivers are going to practice for a moment or two, and then they're going to line up the same way that they had qualified in the previous session. So everything will be the same. They're just going to have to, once we get to pacing, they're going to have to sort it out, line it up, and we will get back to racing here in just a couple of minutes. So I have seen that happen a couple of times with the dynamic racing, even though this is not something you would want to see rain on. That dynamic weather will throw you some curveballs, and since iRacing does not have wet tires for these cars, that would have just been chaos. So here we are. We are on board with Tommy Lemney, and it looks like warm-up has finished. So they're going to go ahead and line it up, and we'll get this sucker going. All right, so this is not necessarily how they are. You can see the 43 there, supposed to be in first. 4 is supposed to be in fourth. The 12's got to come up, so they're going to kind of shuffle around a little bit, and we'll get this thing sorted out. Hopefully this track will be drier, and they'll be able to race. Not sure if that contributed to some of the crashes that we saw earlier, but you definitely see if you were trying to swerve around somebody and brake on slick tires when it's wet. That's not going to work out so good. Looks like we got all but one on the grid. Here we go. I'll bring up the tower, but it is going to look kind of weird for a moment here, so bear with us. You can see him kind of fan out because they all some people got to get around others. It just looks wild, but I assure you it'll all get sorted. Here we go. So you see the 43's back out front now. He's where he's supposed to be. Oh, got a little issue with our tower here. Give me 1 second. All right. Go. Okay, so around turn 4 here, so we should be able to get it. We need the other guys to catch up here and see if we can get this thing going. Still on lap 1, and we have had plenty of excitement already. Take a look back through the field. We still got these guys got to figure it out. We'll see if they have to extend a lap for this, but like they're all lined up now. They just need to catch up. And yeah, they're going to be almost crossing the line here, so I think we're going to extend for one more lap. And it is counting laps now, but I don't think it's gonna. I think it'll reset here. That's just a SDK issue, so it shouldn't actually be counting these laps. Now we start to see these guys getting all caught up here. that is most of our field right there. Got a couple of stragglers here. Take a look at the track map. Yeah, we got 4 cars still back there a little ways, but some of the guys may want to be back there just to kind of feel the car out before they got to go for it. So coming down through the S's, we'll hit the hairpin turn 11 and we'll get this thing underway. These drivers are going to have to refocus at this point. They had a practice session, they qualified, they were all ready to go, and then they took a break. And just like in real NASCAR, when you have to take a break due to a rain, let's call it, it kind of throws you off your game. So they got to get refocused here, get ready to go again, and see the cars all gridded up now, so everybody's ready to go. Final corner, turn 12. They'll get the green flag. Here we are under green now. 43 gets a good jump. 21 of Shane Haar gets a good jump as well. Preferred line through here. Let's see if the 12 can get himself back into the rhythm there. There he goes. He's got the preferred this side. Ooh, we got one car off the track. Side by side here for third. One of the toughest things about this track is one corner you can have the preferred line, the very next you don't, as you see the 4 car going wide there. Now that is exactly what they do in NASCAR. In iRacing though, that is considered an off track. Now I don't believe that these guys have any issues with how many incident points they're going to have or what have you, but that is the fastest route that you just saw the 4 car take. Mike Hauser doing great out there with Shane Haar still in tow. They come around for this big hairpin. About 3/4 of a second lead that Hauser has gotten on lap 1. So he's got a nice clean lead. Let's take a look back through here. It looks like the 9 and the 4 going at it now. They both have gotten around the 12 of Henning, so Henning falls back a few spots here at the beginning. No big deal, though. Did not have the preferred line starting the lap, so no need to push it. Just take care of the tires. As now we see Elijah Fisher going around the outside. He's going to have the preferred line here. Makes that pass rather easily. So put Fisher, into the 3rd position. And now you see the 12 car kind of working on that 9 as well. See, a lot of the speeds are lower at this track than a lot of other tracks because there's no big straightaways. These S's through here are the highest speeds of the track, but still not super high. Very technical track, lots of corners to maneuver here. Nine car doing a good job of getting into that corner. That is a great passing area. You can be aggressive getting into that corner. You just don't want to be too aggressive. Slide the tires and overcook it. Back out front, though, we got a battle heating up here. As you see, Shane Haar is definitely catching Mike Hauser in the 43. And he's right there just kind of looking for an opportunity, a space. Where can he go? What can he do? Has to back up a little bit there. And now we see that 43 has widened it back out after a couple of good corners there. So he's not under fire any longer for the time being. The 4 car is definitely catching up to this group as well. We may have a 3-way battle here before long. Taking a look through the field, don't see a whole lot of battles. Let's go a little bit further back. This is about 11th, 12th, and 13th right here. See the 28 of Tom Hemley. Kind of under fire there a little bit from the 5 of Nathan Johnson. And just ahead of this, see the 20 and the 18. 18 with a big dive into the corner. Actually, not that big of a dive. I think these other guys just slowed down pretty quickly. 72 is Josh Henderson is going to give way here. 20 car will go through. Let's see if the 18 can go as well. Not going to be able to do it at this point. But the 20 car of Michael Boger gets up to 7th now, as you see Henderson kind of off track just a little bit. It looks like Willoit may have had an issue. Let's take a look and see what that was. Looking at the 3 car here. Oh, just kind of too hot off that corner and slides it. No harm though. Didn't hurt the car too bad. Slid the tires a little bit, but no big deal there. As this battle continues here, and you see, ooh, wow. Shane Haar got way wide there. This is going to open the door for Fisher as he goes through. Haar's going to try the outside here. And the corner off is where it's really going to be made up. But Elijah gets a little bit loose. They're going to stay side by side. Advantage is Shane Haar with momentum. Haar is going to have the preferred line, but then right back to Fisher if he can stay on his outside. And he does through turn 2. It's going to be Fisher. If he does, oh, and he overcooked it a little bit. If he keeps it straight, he's going to be okay. Probably going to lose those 2 spots right there as well, but it could have been a lot worse there and actually kept in front of him. Great recovery by Fisher there. He's got to get the heart rate back down and get back underway here. Trying to get at Shane Haar, and you can see a couple guys jumping those curbs like I was talking about. It's really hard to keep it under control. Like we've had another off track. Let's take a look. This is Hemley, sorry. And yeah, just another one, kind of like Elijah did, but see, he was in the throttle a little bit more, and that turned the car around. And now you see our leader Mike Hauser is well out front, almost a 3-second lead, so he can just focus solely on hitting his marks. Doesn't have to worry about anything here right now. Looking very smooth too. He's not over pushing it, not trying to do anything crazy. Doing a great job there. Let's take a look back a little bit here. This 9 and 12 have been close to each other pretty much the whole race so far. This is a battle for the 4th position. The 9 has it and the 12 wants it. Now you see the 84 coming into the picture right there on the 12. Now the biggest difference there was coming into that turn 5 area that he kind of went over those rumble strips, and that upset the car and slowed it down, and that is why he was able to get that momentum and make that pass. So like I said, those rumble strips are really coming into play. You cannot hit those like you can on most tracks, and for that matter, in most road racing GT3s and all those cars, rumble strips are something you're always on, and so this is just very different in these cars. You just can't do that. Like we've had another Brett Hanrahan. Let's take a look at him in the 95. Like he's got the 3 right in front of him. Hit the strips there, and just kind of both of them just overcooked that corner just a little bit. 95 just kind of following in the footsteps. Nothing wrong there though. They're both going to continue for sure. Back out to Shane Haar and Elijah Fisher as they continue to battle. Elijah is now caught back up to that 21. Takes the inside, but is going to not push it here. Little loose. That is a very loose corner right there. It's a lot more angle than you really think, and you want to pick up that throttle, but you have to wait on it. Otherwise, it's going to get loose like Elijah just did. And that corner is going into the S's, which is the fastest section. So you see what that lack of momentum does. He was right at his bumper, and now he is back, you know, maybe half a second or so. So he lost quite a bit of momentum in that section right there. So it's a very important corner there, which I believe is turn 7. Looks like Lemley has had a problem again. Oh, wow. He crushed that barrier, or the rumble strips right there. Got that car all upset, but I think we got some. Yeah, slides through the corner there. Doesn't hit anything, though. Keeps it going. He's okay. Two-second lead now for Mike Hauser out front. You see him at the top of the screen there. These two battling for second place still. Elijah's going to have to get back to that bumper once again. Looks like a couple of cars here. The 40 car trying to make that pass on the 5. Gets bumped back a couple of spots there. These guys, 95 and 3, still going at it. 3 car goes a little bit wide there. This is for the 12th position. And now the 3 is a little bit back, and the 5 is now going to take a look at him, see what he can do. Trying to take 13th from the 3. Can't quite do that. A lot of times these guys, if you can catch them going into the corner, you're going to lose going off, because you go slower into the corner, you get more momentum off. If you go fast into the corner, you won't have that same momentum. So, and now it looks like it's spreading out a little bit more back here. Take a look at your leader again, as somebody in front of somebody he was lapping kind of got off the track a little bit. Looks like 35 there. So now starting to work some lap traffic. We'll see. That can definitely help these guys in second, third, fourth. If he gets caught up at a bad spot and has to stick behind somebody for a minute, that can definitely close that gap. But there's now a big gap in front of any other lap cars, so he got through those couple of lap cars pretty easily and is now just kind of free to do what he needs to do for the time being. And you see the gap between second, the third right there is starting to spread out as well. Looks like this right here, the battle for sixth is, the battle for fifth is about the closest that we have on the track right now. This 84 and 12. So 10 laps into 55 now. Not quite in the pit window, so these guys are going to have to continue for another 10 to 15 laps or so before they can pit safely in the window. But we do have a couple of cars on pit road, most likely for damage and issues like that. Like we have had an issue with the 60 car of Leota. Let's take a look at, see what happened there. Going to be coming into the hairpin and just overcooked it there. Doesn't seem like a big issue for him, but did slide those tires pretty good there. So these guys continue to battle here for fifth position. Still the closest we have on track. Let's take a look at this one here. So AJ Thompson in the 18 is now catching the 20 of Michael Boger. That is for the 8th position, and it looks like Boger kind of disappeared there for a second, and he is on him now. We'll keep an eye on this here for a second. See if the 18 kind of dives into that corner. Wasn't really close enough to make a move there, so wise decision not to push the issue. He is getting ever closer to him. Oh, and the 20 gets loose off of that last corner. He's going to have to get that thing turned back around here. He's going to wait for some cars to pass because he does not want to hit anybody. And he tried to go. Looks like, there he goes. All right, now he's clearing back underway. Let's go back up front as Shane Haar is catching about 3/4 of a second now. Half a second right there. A couple of good corners for Haar, and he's back at it. Looks like Elijah Fisher has jumped into the pits, so he may believe he's in his window, so he's going to go ahead and do it. From the 3rd position, we'll see how that works out as these two up front continue to battle. Now the 43 has a little bit of lap traffic, but he's getting out of the way, not being any issues. The 3 will be the next lap car. Shane Haar is definitely catching him in certain corners. He's just keep a couple of corners he's much better in, and then a couple of corners Hauser's better in. So they're just kind of yo-yoing back and forth. Now we'll have to see what this 3 car does because he may be in the way. Whoa, the 43 hanging it out there. They're going to have to get around him. 3 car kind of goes wide there at the last second, but that allows a 21 to catch up quite a bit. 43 off pace. Don't know if he just lost grip and got out of it so he didn't have any further issues, but looks like he's back under power now, but did not come off of that hairpin turn very well at all. Shane Haar, you can see him on the left side of the screen there. He's got 2.5 second lead now, so oh wow, 43 is sliding. I think he's just losing the tires there. I think he was getting a little frustrated with the 3 there and just kind of pushed the issue, and that's what happens. So he got through, but that's going to cost him a lot of time, and he has slid his tires again. And you see that thing is just very loose now. So he was driving hard enough to where the tires have gone away quite a bit. This is going to be difficult if this is the way he's driving, because he is going to have to deal with a lot more laps on his next set of tires. He's going to have to take care of them better than he did this first set. That's what it looks like anyways. So out front, Shane Haar, almost 7.5 seconds at this point, has a great lead. He can kind of just relax for a little bit here and run some laps. You have the 20 car working on Brett Hanrahan in the 95 there. That's for the 11th position. And that 60 car out front as well, that's for 10th. So we got 3 cars lined up right here that are for position. 95 trying to get around that 60. He's close. He's going to look to the inside here. Makes that dive. So 95. Brett Hanrahan is now in 10th position. As we go back here to Mike Hauser, he has chopped that about 1.5 seconds off of that lead. So he has gotten it back underneath him now. See if he can kind of make up some ground here before the pit cycle, as it stretches out a little bit more, but definitely better than it was. So whatever issues he was having, he's gotten kind of back under control. Back out front, Shane Haar looking good there. He is going to have some lap traffic here pretty soon. The 3 car is definitely already a lap down ahead of him, so that's not too big of a deal. He'll be 2 laps down then. But if you look a little bit further up, we can go to the 20 car. We just made a pass, and you can see way in the back there is Shane Haar. So that's the 10th position, 11th position, and 12th. So these guys are all in danger of being passed here, or lapped, I should say, by Shane Haar, as you see him coming around the hairpin there now. So, oh, and it looks like we've had an issue on track with the 4 car. Let's take a look and see what happened there. From this, just got on those rumble strips and it got out from behind him. Did not hit anything though, so the car's still okay. That's just going to cost him some time. He finds himself now in 7th. And Shane Haar right there, you can see catching these guys now. He's going to go around the 3 here. 3 is already a lap down. This will be 2 laps for him, I believe. And the 35 is just going to get out of the way since he's already a lap or 2 down as well. That's Darcy Hart in the 35, just trying not to cause an issue for anybody else. So monitoring tire wear on lap 16 here, Shane Haar's best is a 1:18.53. He is now just run on his last lap a 1:18.35, so only about 0.8 of a second off of where he started. So not terrible fall off for him. And everybody else is about the same. Most of the top 5 are within about a second of their fast lap, so not terrible fall off at this point. And with everybody being about the same, not really doing any advantage anywhere. As you see now, the 21 of Shane Haar is passing the 60 of Chris Leota. That is 12th position now, going a lap down. And Mike Hauser in the 2nd position. We'll take a peek at him for a second. Just staying right around that 6 to 6.5 second behind. So they're even again, and we'll have to see if he can, if Mike Hauser can cut that lead at all. But Shane Haar doing a great job of keeping that car underneath him and not sliding it at all. Catching lap cars and not having much of an issue with them, so he should be smooth sailing here. Not seeing any close battles on the track right now, so we'll just stick with the leader here as he's kind of lapping some cars and putting down some good laps. A little bit of a slide there. Not too abnormal at this point in the run. Over halfway to a fuel run right now. Just over halfway, so tires will continue to get worse as they go. Up through 2 and 3 now, looking at the 20 car in front of him. That would be to put 11th a lap down. Take a peek back again. Hauser is closing 5.5 seconds now, so in that last lap or so, he's chopped off about half a second, maybe a little bit more. He's just got to stay steady now. I mean, he's a little bit faster, so he can catch him. He's got enough time. He's just got to put down solid laps. Can't have any more mistakes if he's going to catch that 21. And that 9 car having a solid day there. He's in the 3rd position now. He's off of the pace a little bit to these guys, but having a great run in 3rd. 4th right now is Jordan Giorno, not 84. Also doing a good job. Rounding out your top 5 at this point, the 12, Stephen Henning. And we see now that the leader, Shane Haar, has gotten around the 20 car of Michael Boger, so that is 10 cars left on the lead lap, and that 95 is going to be the next to go a lap down if he can get to him. Now that lead is under 5 seconds, so Mike Hauser is definitely catching him. If Shane Haar takes the outside here, not going to be close enough to make a move yet. That might slow him down just a little bit there and give Hauser a little bit more time, as it does get, it was down to 4 seconds at one point, but now back to almost 4.5. Now we've got a little ways until we have any other lap traffic, so Shane Haar can kind of just hang out for a little bit, run some laps, focus on his line, not have to worry about any other cars at this point. As Hauser is now under 4 seconds, he is definitely catching him. So you got to wonder, is Hauser that much faster than him right now? Is lap traffic playing into this a little bit, or is the tires just falling off for the 21? Not really sure what it is. I mean, the 21 could just be taking it easy, knowing that there's so many laps left here until he gets close. Nothing really to race for, so just take it easy while the 43 is racing hard, and then be able to kind of turn it back on when he needs to. Now you see the 72 is in front of Shane Haar, so we'll see when he catches him, if that slows him down a little bit. Got a couple of guys coming into the pits now. Looks like Cade in the 9, so that's from 4th position. He's coming in, and Jordan Giorno in 5th position is coming in as well. So a couple of these guys are going to go ahead and make this pit stop just before halfway, and we'll see when the other guys go ahead and make those stops. Now Shane Haar has gotten around the lap car, the 72 there, as he has just about a 3-second lead now. So that lead after Hauser had his issues was over 7 seconds, and he's cut that in half. So he is faster at this time, but I do believe everybody's going to be pitting within the next couple of laps here to kind of split this race in half, as we are almost halfway. Couple more. AJ Thompson is now on pit road. Josh Henderson in the 72, just behind the leader. You saw him go ahead and hit pit road. And Hauser now, lead is going way back up, so 9 seconds now. Not sure what happened. Oh, let's take a look and see what happened there to Hauser. So this is going to be going into the final turn there. Oh yeah, just slid, got in a little bit too hot, and had to stop it completely there. And that's going to be a track cut. Probably going to have to slow down there. Yeah, so he had to double slow it down, unfortunately. And like I said earlier, just couldn't make any mistakes. And there he had one, and now it's back to 9.5 seconds. So work to do again. Hauser is trying to get that spot back, but cost him about 6 seconds there. So let's see when Shane Haar decides to pit here. As when he crosses the line, we are officially at halfway. We did not come this time. See if he goes one more, two more, what he wants to do. See that 5 on pit road? You saw him at the bottom of the screen. That's Nathan Johnson. He's hitting the pits. Last lap now for Shane Haar was a 120.63. That is 2 seconds, 2.1 seconds off of his best lap. So he is 2 seconds slower than potentially some of these guys coming out of the pits. So got to imagine he's going to want to pit soon here just for the fall off. As that lead continues to grow to Hauser. Unfortunately, I think that last spin just kind of cooked those tires there for Hauser, so he is falling back even further now. Probably I would assume he's going to want to pit this time. Let's see if Haar comes in. Off of this corner here, we'll see it before the last turn. You'll see right here. No, not pitting yet. Let's take a peek back and see if Hauser's going to pit. Now he's coming through there. And he's not going to pit yet either. Both staying out. Hauser got in there a little hot again. If I was these guys still out there, I would definitely be pitting, but they are going to go another lap at least. Shane is increasing the lead, so until the 43 pits, he doesn't have to, which is his only real competition at this point. So he can just follow whatever the 43 does. 43 comes in, he can come in the next lap and not lose too much at all. We'll see through here if he's going to do it this time. And now that I'm looking at it, we're not quite halfway yet, are we? We need to be at 27 to be halfway, so maybe that's what he's waiting for. I was calculating off of 50 in my head for some reason, so that's my mistake. Apologize for that. We have 2 laps now, count it, until we're actually halfway, as you see the 9 car there on pit road. That's Cade Cannon in the 9. He's going to go ahead and take his pits. Shane Haar looking solid, still has a good lead here. It's kind of equalized at that 13-second range, so that's about where he's going to be staying for now. And it looks like we've had AJ had an issue here. Let's take a look at what happened to him. Kind of cooked it on that corner, hit the rumble strips. Overcooked the corner there. Elijah Fisher goes by. Like Nathan Johnson's had an issue too. Let's take a look at the 5 car, see what happened to him. This is going through going to be in turn 1. Wow, just a lot of head of steam there. Ooh, that's a tough hit too. That's going to have to go to the pits. Probably going to have to use a fast repair. And it looks like we do have a caution now. And it may have been it looks like it was for that accident. So free on track and what have you. So we are actually going to get a caution. Now, these guys that have not pit obviously are going to pit under this caution. That is certainly going to help them. Going to have to get the safety car out there to corral them all up and figure out where everybody's at. There's a safety car there. And I think they're going to have to get it bottled up before they can actually open pit road. So that changes everything now. These guys that are a lap down are trapped a lap down, unfortunately. So we have 6 cars on the lead lap, and it will probably stay that way except for one. Looks like the 95 will probably get a wave around if we have those on here tonight. And it looks like Harv's going to pit. So the pit road is open for the leaders this time. I imagine we'll see all top 6 there go in. We'll take a look at these guys pitting as the rest of the field goes around. So now we're officially halfway. Good news for Hauser, this is going to bring him right back to him. So these two guys that were very competitive with each other are now going to have a chance to do it again with fresh tires. There's your pit stops. You can see on the ticker there, almost everybody pitting here. They do have multiple sets of tires, so guys that are lapped down that maybe already did pit, they might as well do it again, get fresh tires. Not going to cost them anything really. Shane Har was definitely in command there, but Mike Hauser does have great shorter run speed, so we will have to see what happens here. Hauser is going to be on the outside, so this is going to be a little bit harder for him through 1, but if he can stay there through turn 2, he's going to have the preferred line. So back and forth they may go. It does look at this point we have 9 cars on the lead lap, so a few more guys with a shot. Har coming through there trying to catch the safety car. Oh, sliding right there. See, now that's not what you want to do under caution. Don't want to beat up those brand new tires. But until they catch the pace car, they can't. Not going to get lined up so that they can get back under green. So, but he needs to catch up here as soon as possible. We can get this thing going again. Trying to see the lights are off the pace car, so that is indicating 1 to go. But everybody definitely, you can see from the track map, everybody definitely needs to get caught up here. We'll see if they go ahead and extend it so everybody can do that, or if they're just going to run with it. We'll have to see what race control decides. A couple of cars there got a wave around. Like 10 cars now on the lead lap. Lights back on the pace car, so they did extend 1 lap here. And that's good because they are still very, very spread out. So hopefully a lot of these guys can get caught up and start where they're supposed to be. All right, now we're one to go. Most cars are caught up. A couple of them are still coming out of the pits. We will get the green flag with 25 laps to go after running 25 laps. Elijah Fisher now shown in the third position, so he made up a couple of spots there on pit road, or somehow I think he was fourth or fifth before, so he's back in action here. Hopefully that's our last caution. We can take this thing to the green, or to the checkers, I should say, under green. Here we go. Let's see what the 43 can do if he can stay with him. Looks like lights are back on. They're going to go another lap. Did see that there's a few cars that were not caught up. Not sure why. It seemed like they had plenty of time to do that, but they're going to give them another lap here to get all the way caught up. They're going to have to wait a little bit longer to get this thing under green. I know these drivers want to get going, especially these guys up front. They just want to race. Now Elijah's passing under yellow. He doesn't care. Give me the spot. I think the 43 is thinking, hey, let's just go single file until we need to so we don't accidentally bump anybody. So he's just kind of hanging back. Now they're side by side. All right, well, this is going to be not a shootout, but I would imagine that intensity is going to pick up a little bit here because if you can make a pass early, it's harder for the guy to get back around you. So they're really going to be jockeying for position here coming off of this restart, trying to establish a position that they can try to hold and gain on. But this is the best time to make passes is while you're all bunched up like this. This time you're definitely seeing the 43 not give any room to that 21. He wants to stay right there so that in turn 2 he can get the preferred line. Here they go under green. Great jump. 21, 43 not as good. Like that 43 is going to lose a position to the 4. So that's exactly what the 4 wanted to do right there. And the 4 is on the hunt. He is trying to get to that 21. Both of them hopping that curb. There's a brutal curb. 4 looking to the inside. Puts a little bit of a bumper to the 21. Not enough to upset anybody, but had a look there for a second. As we had some sort of incident happen in the back here. Bunch of cars, it looks like. Don't really want to go off of this right now, though. This is a great battle, and we do have a caution. I think it was just too much back there. Let's take a look and see what it was. You see the 9, 40, 27 is going to be in this next corner, I believe. Oh, it happened up in front of them, and everybody just bottled up. Oh, I feel like we could have kept that green. I think they all got going. But here we are, back under caution. So now Elijah Fisher will have his chance on the outside to see what he can do with it. And so for Mike Hauser in the 43, this might be the position he's going to be better in. He may be able to do the same thing the 4 did to him last time. So we'll have to see. That second place car is kind of vulnerable. Has to get a really good jump. Has to time it perfectly off that leader. I know that the 4 car is going to be aggressive here, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do with this restart. We'll see. It looks like everybody's pretty much caught up. Hopefully we'll get one to go right here. For Shane Harr, that's not at all what you wanted to see. Wanted that thing to go green so that you gap these guys. The more of this that they get, the more likely something is going to happen to them. And the lights have not gone off the pace car. Everybody is in line. We do have a couple of people hitting the pits, so maybe they're gonna let them do that. And then we see the 60 car now going around. He's gonna be back on the lead lap. That's good for Chris. Means he's back in the hunt. He can actually race cars and try to pass some people. We'll probably be getting the green here now with 21 to go. Or that these click off under caution, the more intense these people have to be with the restarts, because there's less and less laps that they have to actually race. That is why in NASCAR they say cautions breed cautions, because now that the laps are ticking down, intensity picking up, these guys can't give an inch. They're going to get passed not by 1, but maybe 2 or 3 cars. So they got to protect the grounds. Shane Harr having a great run, though. Getting good restarts. Commanding leads. So he is definitely wanting this thing to just go green. All right, lights are off on the pace car, so we will get going after this. Elijah's probably sitting in that car contemplating this restart right here, what he needs to do, where he needs to be. Biggest thing for him is just don't fall back so far that the 43 gets by you. If he can keep side by side with the 43, then he will have the best line into 2 and can keep that position in second. Then he can set sail on the 21. I know he would love to just get the 21 right here, but and that is, of course, the goal, but as a fallback, just can't let that 43 by him. Seems like these pace laps take forever too, over 2 minutes each lap. All right, let's see as they get lined up neck and neck here. Let's see what the 4 car can do. He's already back behind. Got to get caught up there. There he goes. Now he's right with him. We're going 1 to go. Okay. Going another lap. Feel like race control could have bumped it up 1 lap and we could be racing right now. Everybody is pretty much there, but we'll go around 1 more time, I guess. These drivers got to be itching. See Fisher right there, he's just mock racing at this point because probably a little bored out there just pacing around forever. So hopefully we'll get green here with 20 laps to go. All right. Lights are still off, so we should be able to go this time. There goes the pace car. Yes, round and round we go. All right. Now you see Fisher right there with him. Not going to give him an inch here. That's a good start by the Ford. 21 actually got a little bit loose. That's going to give Ford great position. Oh, and they're wrecking right behind him. Wow, 21 off pace. Elijah Fisher takes the lead. We're still under green right now. And we got a caution. So let's take a look back. Let's see. I think it was Hauser that first kind of got loose there. Look at that 43. 21 to check up. And wow, the 43 just kind of floated out and hit Jordan. And then a couple of cars got collected, unfortunately, in that. Now, let's take a look back to what happened to Shane Harp. So he got loose right there. And then if you watch him through the corner, he kind of just tagged the wall just a little bit right there. And that got him all out of sorts. and he hit the tire barrier, and I gotta believe that's got some sort of damage to the vehicle. But regardless, it shows him right now in the 8th position, so that's a tough break for him as well. But Elijah Fisher, the beneficiary of that, he's going to be in our first position for now. Let's take a look also while we got the time. Jason Williams here. He is the 40. Yeah, so he's the one I think got clipped on the back end of this. Got hit by the 20. And then the 40 spun up into him and nowhere to go. Another look at it here from Darcy Haar in the 35, sorry. He was just hanging back trying to stay out of it. And then it just the whole road got just blocked in front of him, and he just essentially had to stop the car. So good for him not to take any damage, though. Here we go again. All right, well, hopefully we can get this done within a couple laps and get back under green here. Although our leader still has not caught the pace car. Trying to see where that pace car is, but I don't see it. Nowhere out in front of him. Huh. Well, as soon as he gets to it, we can start kind of counting these laps down, but it's going to take a minute to get there, I guess. Now you see some of the other cars, so this is part of why it's going to take so long to get this thing racked up, because the pace car is so far away. Everybody's off pace because they don't want to eat up their tires during a caution. Everybody's just kind of driving a lot slower, not getting to that pace car. So see when he actually catches it. There we go. There's the pace car. This is why it's taking so long to get caught up. Now some of these guys are just in the hairpin turn now. Have to get caught up before we can get green here. See if we can dial up Elijah and talk to him for a minute. Elijah Matthew in the booth, got me?
I do, but I don't know if I have time tonight, unfortunately.
All right, you're ultra focused at this point.
Yeah, we got some race control in my ear at the moment.
Gotcha. All right, well, I'll let you work, buddy.
Oh, good, thank you.
All right, so race control's getting after him. I'd imagine that they're talking about when they're going to make this green, what's going on, why guys can't catch up. Probably a lot going on there. He's in the seat and trying to control things with his race controller. So, yeah, he's got some work to do right now. Let's see if we can get Henning here. Steven Matthew in the booth, you got me?
Yes, sir.
Well, you've worked your way up pretty good here. You've kind of been top 5 all night, but you got yourself in a good position after some other people had some issues. What are the thoughts here going forward?
Trying to go for the win here. Try to battle my teammate up here and battle as clean as I can.
Absolutely. Well,
And
you're in a good position. We have seen in that second spot though, you got to stay pretty close to that lead car. Going through 1 and 2, you're going to kind of fall back. So, got to be kind of aggressive on these restarts, don't you?
yeah, it's been that way all night. I was kind of shocked with that restart there with all the calamity that kind of happened there. I don't know how I made it through, but I'm happy that we made it through.
Yeah, you take it any day, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's a heck of a lot more cleaner up here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, good luck the rest of the way. We'll see what you can do with the 4 car. We'll be watching.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. So that's our second place car. Now he's going to be looking to do exactly what Elijah did last time. Looks like we got this 35 car here. I wonder if he's going to take a wave around. There he goes now. So he'll take a wave around, get out of the way of these leaders. I'm trying to see here. So our 21 car of Shane Haar, he is in 9th. Right there, still catching up to the field. So he may have, not sure if he pitted or not. Didn't quite catch that, but it would have been a good idea since he slid those tires and hit that wall. I think he definitely came in, took that fast repair. Would have been a good idea for him to do. Restarts are definitely getting wild. Like I said before that one, you know, intensity's picking up. You know, Henning just said it too. The intensity's got to pick up. They got to go at this point, and you know, unfortunately, that's what you see happen when we get down to the end and we have these restarts. This is why usually in these types of races, road course races that be, they are very stingy with the yellows because it creates so much more chaos that you just don't want to see. So you know, you really wait and see if those cars can get it right, if they can get started, get back going, because if they can't, then okay, now we got an issue, we got to throw a caution. But if they can, then we don't need to, and we can continue into green, because if we do throw that caution, we're just going to have what you saw there. And I wouldn't be shocked if we see it again, to be honest. I do hope that at some point we will wait to see if these guys can get it situated and get going again, because if they're not coming, if the lead cars are not coming back around to them, there's no danger. So yeah, I would just say if I was controlling this race myself, I would kind of wait and see before I threw that caution. But sometimes iRacing will do that on its own, so you don't always have that control. So Shane Haar and them are all caught up now. Lights are off, so we will get going after this one. So a little bit quicker caution this time. Now these guys got to really be on edge. The nerves are at peak right now. Once again, we're gonna get this with 14 laps to go, and it's gonna be pretty intense, I would imagine. These guys are not gonna give an inch to nobody. All right, pace car pulls off. See if the 12 car gets neck and neck here and can hold it. Got to time this just right. Hanging back a little bit more than I would like to see. Now he's there. Okay. Great jump there. Actually got to the line first. He's going to have position on the inside here over the 4 car. But the 4 gets out front, so he has to kind of dip behind. Now he's got to make sure that he can get past. Ooh, and he got a little loose there, unfortunately. So the 12 car is going to fall back a little bit. And the 4 is just smooth sailing at this point. Let's go to this side-by-side here. 12 just continues to kind of drop. Unfortunately, got the broadcaster's curse. I hate that. I hate that for him. As you can see, some 2-3 wide racing back here. Pretty intense right here. See these guys. You see the 60 car just got himself back on the lead lap on the last caution. Oh no, and now the 18 kind of hits him. Get it under control, buddy. There, he got it. He got it. He's good. Still kind of out of sorts, but he's still moving. 43 gets around him there, now in 8th position after his spin. But Elijah Fisher out front, 3/4 of a second lead. Has got control of this field now. Everybody's still got pretty fresh tires. They haven't raced a whole lot. They've just been pacing, so these tires should feel pretty good for these guys. They come flying up the hill into 1 and 2. Like that 27 of Stanton is right there. And we got another caution. This might, well, let's take a look at a couple of things here. Shane Haar, one of them. Kind of slid the tires a little bit there. Gets back under 3 wide. Oh, yeah. Victim right there. Just got 3 wide, and I don't know if the middle car knew the other guy was out there. So, unfortunately, the 21 backwards. And it looks like Brent Hanrahan. Oh, yeah, he's the one that was in the middle of that sandwich right there. He just kind of floating up there to the 72. He was out there enough, you would have think that he could see him, but maybe he just didn't know. Unfortunate for the both of them. But again, I think we could have kept going there. Yeah, I'm not, I hate to second guess, but road racing, you kind of just let those things play out. Unfortunately, we're going to be back under caution again, and it may happen again. So we'll re-rack. Hopefully we can get this thing going again, as he has already caught the pace car. Hopefully we can get this going again by lap 10 and have 10 to go here. We'll have to see. Don't see anybody hitting the pits here, so nobody really trying the pits. Now I'll be honest, if I had a set of tires and I was in 10th or 11th like Har, Leota, I would definitely be pitting right here. I don't have anything to lose. I'm one of the last cars on the lead lap, and getting fresh tires would be just that much more help. And they may still do that. Let's see what they do this time by here. See if a couple of guys hit the pit road. Oh, Elijah Fisher dipping in. Well, I don't know if the 27 hit that commitment cone. I don't know if iRacing is going to throw that on him, but so there's the actual speed line, but the commitment cone, I believe, was in front of that. So I don't know that iRacing actually enforces that. But if this was NASCAR, he would get flagged for that for sure. The top 2 come in, the rest stay out. We'll have to see how this plays out for these guys, as now Steve Henning is going to have the lead. And the 72 of Josh Henderson is in second, and he was a lap down at one point, so he's had a great comeback here. Looks like 20 car is going to go around for a free pass. He may have 12 on the lead lap now when this all shakes out. See if we can get Henderson. Josh Matthew in the booth. Got me? Josh.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Hey, so great recovery for you. You were down early, back into second. How do you like the chances here?
I am on borrowed time here, so stayed out on tires there, just trying to hang on to salvage some sort of finish. Didn't come into this race expecting much.
Yeah.
Playing it by ear. Watch a lot of guys around me spin or have crazy things happen. So we're just hoping to find the horseshoe.
If we get you might get it. If we get another caution, we log some more under caution here. You might end up getting yourself a top 5 out of it. So I mean, great strategy. Anyways, we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, feeling really competitive here under the yellow. That's for sure.
Yes. Awesome. All right, bud. Well, good luck. We'll see what you can do the rest of the way.
Thanks, sir.
All right, there you have it. So he's doesn't have fresh tires. He knows it. He's just trying to salvage what he can get, and I mean, doing great at it right now. But look at who's back up there. Hauser is in the 4th position, and he was leading a lot of laps and was competitive. So we'll have to see from the 4th position what he can get done. I will say this, though. He's going to need some green flag laps to be able to get it all done. So he does not want to see another caution. He just wants to start passing guys. Lights are still on the pace car here, so looks like we're going to go 9, maybe 8 to go when we get the green flag. So this is good for the 72. This is exactly what he wants to see. The more laps under caution, the better for him. It looks like we do have 12 cars on the lead lap now. Now, as another note here, the 4-car of Elijah Fisher is showing in the 6th position. So he pitted from first, comes out 6th, but he does have fresh tires. So he's going to be another guy that definitely wants to see this go green, because those fresh tires are not going to play in his favor unless we get green flag laps. The 12, the 9, 84, 43, these guys have all been up near the front the whole race. So I would, it's anybody's game, but I gotta say I like the 43's chances. You know, he had that spin pit and then now has cycled back with another caution or two. So I really think that he's got fresher tires, not as fresh as the 4, but he's very competitive, a fast car, got fresher tires than some of these guys, so he really could be one to watch as these laps wind down. Got to get some green flag racing here. Plus, you've got the 72 in front of him, which is going to be probably a hindrance, because if that car has older tires and is not as fast, going to have to figure out how to get around him before he can even try to set sail on that 12, and hope that the 9 doesn't get around him in the meantime. So definitely still has his work cut out for him. It can be done. Come through these S's for the final couple of corners before we go back green. You see the lights are off the pace car, so we are going green. This 72 car's got to be thinking about just getting a solid start, getting a good reaction to the leader, and trying to stay as close to him as possible so he just doesn't get freight trained here with those older tires. Green flag with 8 to go. You see the pace car pull off. We are going green again. 12 goes real wide. That's going to kind of set an accordion off on that whole outside line there. There's the green flag. 72 does a good job staying there. He is cleared there, so he can kind of set in. '72 is loose. Those tires are not holding up for him like he wants. Now the 43's got to figure out how to get around him, but he's stuck. This is not what you want if you're the 43. You need to get around this car. Oh, we got a couple of them off track there. Everybody slides a little bit, but gets it under control. 84 still a little wide there. 72 does a good job just kind of settling in now, but the 43 is still stuck behind him. And it looks like, well, we got to say, Shane Haar has had another issue. Our early leader looks like he was behind those guys that kind of got a little loose and off track a little bit, and 27 just got in there too hot. So a good day getting worse here for him. Looks like the 43 has now gotten around the 72, but damage done. There's just so much real estate between those guys now, and hitting in the 12 is just kind of checking out on these guys at this point. 27 now trying to come back after overcooking it before. The 72 now in the clutch is down in 6th position at this point. Looks like he's about to lose another there to Josh Henderson. I'm sorry, Brett Hanrahan. Gonna pass him. Oh, 72 is loose. Yeah, he wasn't kidding. He had no tires left, and he's gonna fall back quite a ways. You see the lead there is now over a second for Henning. Take a look at Fisher right there. He has the fresh tires. He is up to 4th position, hanging it around on that corner, trying to get around the 43 now to get back to the podium. Slides it a little bit there, so he's not going to have momentum off this corner. He may be able to get this done after a couple more corners, but he's going to have to recover from that. There he goes, kind of right back to the 43 now. That 12 car out front by 1 1/4 seconds now, so he is widening the gap a little bit as this gap is coming down. The 4 car is looking to get around as soon as he possibly can. Both of these guys are kind of falling off of the top 2. 4 needs to get around as quick as possible. He goes to the inside. He's going to get that. So he's going to be in the 3rd position now, but he's got a little bit of a ways before he can get to these leaders. About 4 seconds that he has lost just trying to get through these guys. See the kind of gap right there to 2nd and 3rd. Does the 9 car have anything for the 12? Kind of shaving a little bit off of the lead now. Just has to be careful. Just don't overdrive it. Just nice and smooth. Smooth is and slow is fast. On a road course, in a stock car, slow is fast. I know that sounds weird, but the more you take care of it, the more you hit the proper lines, the faster your lap will actually be. And he is shaving time. It was about 1 1/4 second. Now it's about 8 9/10. So he's shaved a little bit off. He is getting there, but only 5 laps to go. Urgency is setting in here. But he is continually shaving time off. 5 tenths now. You can see him. Let's go on board with Cade here as he tries to go through these S's and catch this 12 car. You can see it's just sliding a little bit through there, sliding just ever so much, but he doesn't care about tires right now. And he's right there. He's on him. Is he going to make the dive? Not this time. Little bit of a bump there. If he stays with him tight like this, he could probably do that the next time they go through that corner. He could probably make that stick. Hear those tires squealing. You just see from that, just see his hands, you can see how out of control it is all the time. And he is right on his bumper now. This could be it. He's going to go wide. Get right in behind him. Now, if he stays right here through these S's, watch for him to make that dive into the last corner, but he's getting away a little bit. But I think he's gotten away a little bit too much for him to be able to make that now. And the 4 car has dropped that lead to 3.5, but he's still a little ways back. Unfortunately, he just got a little bit too far off to make that dive. Definitely has a better corner there. Got to stay smooth. You can see kind of the chaos inside the car. Stay calm, hit your marks. He's got the faster cars. Just can he make it work? Can he put it all together here with 3 to go? Kind of slid a little bit too much through that corner. This is going to be important. Oh, and as I say that, he spins the tires. Spins it loose. Oh, we have another caution. So we're going to have a green-white checker here. Not sure exactly what brought out the caution, but we can see Hanrahan here. Let's take a look at this. He slid it out of that last corner and just kind of parked it on the start-finish. And he got it going. Oh, wow, and then he set it right back into the thing. Let's see, Jordan had an issue here as well. Yeah, these guys are just driving really hard off of these corners, especially that last one. But again, got it going, so don't see anything there that's really caution-worthy at this point. And he looks like he's at speed right now, so. When he picks up the pace car, there's the pace car there, so hopefully we'll get this back going here shortly. Now, if you thought the last few restarts were intense, wait until you see a green-white checker. These guys aren't going to give an inch. This is exactly what Elijah Fisher wanted, though. This catches him back up, so he's going to be able to be right next to these guys. He's actually going to be right behind the leader, so he may be able to leapfrog the 9 here and see if he can do anything with the 12. Yeah, lots of cautions, lots of things that could have probably gone on, but again, I don't know. That could be iRacing throwing those just because the way the session is set up with those automatic yellows. Be nice if we did a quickie caution here where we got the 1 to go right now. That would be good, but we still have quite a few cars not caught up, so. Not sure if that's what we'll do. Find out here in a second. Lights are not off, so we're going to go one more and then one to go. A lot of people in the pits now. Let's take a look at that. Saw a bunch of cars dipping in. 27 right there on your screen. Couple others that are coming out now here. 72 ended up getting tires after kind of falling back. 20 car getting some tires. So 72 is going to be in 9th position, but with some really fresh tires on a restart, even with only a couple laps to go, he could definitely make some positions back up here. No, the 12 car doesn't like this. Henning would have liked to see it gone green. He for sure, without any mistakes, would have had the victory, but now it's up in the air again. In fact, that was a 35 car getting a wave around. Darcy Haar, several laps down. All right, so we are going to get one to go here. Green-white checker. Not sure we have just one or two tries, but hopefully we'll just get this done right here. Car is going to get himself another shot to do this. See if he can stay neck and neck with him through 1 and 2. Elijah Fisher, on the other hand, looking to follow the 12 through the 9 and see what he can do with them. But the 43 also of Hauser, he's back up there now. He's in 4th position, so he made up a couple of spots on that little stint there. He does have a little bit fresher tires, but not as fresh as Fisher. Always an advantage to be out front. So the 12 definitely is in the catbird seat, but that 4 car there with the fresher tires could make this difficult on him if he can get clear of the 9. They go in here for the last. We got one more. Like they turned the lights back on. I really don't know why, but we're going to do one more and then go green. Yeah, Elijah's running the, it's more of a Harvick scheme with the 4 and the Busch Light. This race, he goes between Harvick and Hamlin, so running that Harvick scheme tonight. course, I like the 9 car. It's sort of Napa, but it's Mountain Dew. It's kind of a cross between Chase Elliott and Dale Jr.'s old paint scheme and sponsor. And the 12 car, speaking of schemes, is running a CorvettesPart.com in a Ford, so that's slightly confusing as well. We had plenty of time. We could have interviewed somebody, but I figured on a green-white checker, we need to let them work, let them do their thing. Don't want to give anybody the broadcaster curse. And pace car is going to pull off. We're actually going to go green-white checker here. All right, let's see what the 9 and the 4 can do. 12 is definitely going to control. He likes to go wide right there. Great jump by the 9. The 4 is going to do a little push in here to get him up to speed. 9 is going to have the preferred line. Oh, and the 12 gets loose. He's going to collect it, but lose some spots here, unfortunately. And the 4 is actually in the dirt a little bit with 2 of his tires, pushing for everything he can get. Now, the 4 has way better tires here. He's going to look to the inside, going to take the preferred line away. Side by side for the lead. The 9 gets pushed out a little bit wide. Oh, don't. Oh, man, he almost wrecked him right there. The 43 takes advantage and goes through, but the 43 spins himself out. Just spin him behind. The 4 and the 9 side by side again. Oh, the 4 just took a little bit of those curbs. He's just got to cool out. He's got to cool out. He's got the tires. He can get this done. There he is, side by side again. Going to have the preferred line in this corner. But the 9 gets around. This isn't over yet, though, I guarantee you. Oh, and he pushes the 9 through. The 9 checked up quite a bit. I can't put that on the 4. The 9 really just almost stopped the car, and he takes the lead that way. The old bump and run. Not the way you want to do it, but sometimes you have to. So the 4 out front here has the freshest tires. Just got to get a nice, calm, cool, collected lap in, and he's going to get this win. Meanwhile, back in the field, pretty spread out. They're all single file. Nothing really going on there majorly. We'll go ahead and stay here. You see the 9 got a couple of tires off into the dirt. That's going to cost him some speed and a little bit of time. Fisher looking good here. Got himself back under control. Not hopping the curbs. Not spinning. Not getting sideways. Doing everything he needs to do to bring this home. He's got a 1.5 seconds gap. He can just kind of coast it from here. Doesn't need to do anything crazy. Meanwhile, look at the 20 car. Boger, he gets into the P3 position. Great recovery for him. He was back in the field quite a bit. Final set of corners here for Elijah Fisher to get the win. Great run for him tonight. Went through some adversity. Pitted when others didn't. It ends up working out. Give the victory to Elijah Fisher. He's going to win in Sonoma. Second place is going to be that 9 of Cannon Steel. Michael Boger in the 20 car gets himself a podium finish. All right, well, there you have it. We are complete. Let's take a look when everybody crosses the line here. We'll take a look at our results. There we have it. So Elijah Fisher gets a win. Cade Cannon in second. Third is Michael Boger. Brett Hanrahan ends up in fourth. Josh Henderson is going to be fifth. Mike Hauser in sixth. Even after that little bit of a spin at the end there, still in sixth. So not bad for him. Aaron Stanton is going to be seventh. A.J. Thompson in eighth. Steve Henning in ninth. 10th is going to be Jason Williams. Chris Leota is 11th. 12th is Jordan Jarno. And Rob Willoy is in 13th. Sorry, I got distracted. These guys are wrecking after the checkers. Darcy Haar in 14th. Shane Haar 15th. Too bad for him. I know he wanted to get that win. He was looking really good early on. Had some issues. 16th is going to be Nathan Johnson. 17th is Cameron Wessenberg. And Tom Lemley is 18th. So let's get with our leaders here. Bring these guys in. Let's get Michael in here so you can interview him. Michael, Matthew in the booth, you got me?
Yeah, I do.
All right, buddy. Well, finished third. Great recovery for you. Kind of fell back there a little earlier in the race. Had some issues, but man, finished it in third. Tell us how you got there.
I don't know. To be fully honest with you, I'm kind of shaking over here, still trying to figure out how I did that myself.
Yeah, I mean it
Um,
was tough racing for sure, and it was pretty wild out there with all those restarts. There was I'm sure it was a white knuckle the whole way.
yeah, for sure. Honestly, I got really lucky. To be honest, a lot of people in front of me off that last restart had some issues. The 95 through that kind of double right section, um, he almost lost it. I got to his inside and he almost lost it again or net code. I don't know what exactly, one or the other. The rest is history, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, awesome. I mean, great run. So you got yourself a podium here. You know, you eked it out. It will take all the points you can get, right? So, congratulations on third place. You got any friends, family, sponsors, teammates, anybody you want to thank for tonight's race?
To everyone at Toyota, Shane was kind of helping me out a little bit, trying to figure out stuff, mainly tires, really, but that's about it on that. And just everyone in the league for letting me race. God, for sure, he seemed to be looking out for me today. Just, yeah, it's awesome, man.
Right, very good. Well, congratulations again. We'll see you next week, bud.
Thank you, man. See you.
All right. All right, let's see if we can get our second place finisher in here, Cade Cannon. Cade, Matthew in the booth, got me?
I got you, man. What's up?
Hey, great run tonight, man. You did good. You were pretty much up there in the top 5 all night. Couldn't quite sneak out the win with Elijah with those fresher tires, but take us through the last couple of restarts and kind of strategizing and white knuckling it.
Well, we were giving not Shane, whatever his name is, Steven the bumper a few times, but I wasn't gonna wreck him. And then that last caution came out, and I knew, because thankfully I was on the right side, I knew I had a chance at least. So when that green flag went, I knew I had to send it, but not too hard, or else I was gonna wreck all of us.
Yep.
And as we went up the hill, I felt like he turned down on us, and either we netcode a little bit or what. But on my end, I was still turning, and he hit us. And then thought, if I can get away from here, I had a chance at it. And then next thing I know, going through turn 11, I hit the brakes. I missed the corner a little bit, thought I'd be fine, and then I got used up like I was a brake for the 4. Because once he did that, it gave me rear end damage. And I was so loose after that point, I couldn't turn. So I showed my little bit of displeasure with him after there. But once we got Steven, I thought maybe we had a good chance with it, but once I got used up like a brake, they just went out the window at that point. I knew I wasn't going to get a chance with him having fresher tires plus the rear end damage.
Right. Yeah. That's tough to hold off a guy with pressure tires like that. But hey, you did a great job. Second place is good points night, right? And so moving up in the points. Give us your friends, family, sponsors, teammates. Who do you want to thank tonight?
Well, thank you to my family, of course, my teammates. They were a big help with giving us some of the stuff we needed there. Just shout out Team Chevy. We're so close every weekend, week out. Either we keep losing it because of a late caution, or we just lose it on ourselves. And I feel like that ending there was both a caution and on ourselves. But we're gonna get there eventually, and Chevy's gonna eventually be there at the end.
Deal. All right, buddy. Congratulations on second. We'll see you next week.
Take it there. You have a good night.
All right, there's your second place. Let's talk to the man of the hour, Elijah Fisher. See if he has time for an interview now. Elijah, Matthew in the booth, you got me?
Yes, I do.
All
This
right.
time, anyway.
You got a moment to talk this time?
Yes, I do.
All right, good. All right. Well, great race throughout. I mean, everybody had a little bit of issues here and there. I mean, nobody had a completely clean race, but you kept it mostly clean. You had a good run. Take me through your strategy of pitting there with the lead kind of on that second to last caution and nobody else coming with you. What were you thinking then?
Well, I kind of started with our pit strategy in the beginning of the race. I pitted at about lap 11, so I knew what a 10 lap tire difference was going to do. And I know we had a lot of pacing there, but I still felt like, after about 7 laps or so, there was going to be some difference. So I saw Aaron behind me make the same call, and I was thinking there would be more people to go down pit road, and I was kind of surprised there weren't. But I also checked and saw, there weren't very many cars on the lead lap, so I figured let's get some freshies, and we're going to lose a little track position, but I think tires were dominant more than a lot of people were expecting.
Yeah, absolutely. I was shocked as well. Once you came down, I could understand second, third, fourth not coming, but the guys that are 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and they're on at the back end of the lead lap, I was like, you missed an opportunity, I think. But hey, it played out for you. You had that 9 car at the end. You had fresher tires, but had to get around. He was blocking pretty hard. Take us through the bump and run. Did he check up too much, or did you send it in?
Well, going into the last corner, I hit my normal braking point. I knew I was on fresher tires, but I saw some smoke come out of his right side of his car. It's not the way I want to win a race. I value hard racing and everything. I don't know why his car shot as far as it did, because I didn't carry a lot of speed. I was doing like 40 when we made contact, maybe, but I think he was already kind of overshooting the corner. But his front came to me a lot quicker, and I was very hard on the brakes when we made contact. So I mean, I hate it for him that it's the position there, but I think at another point in the track, like with the hard blocking that was coming, like I was doing everything to make it as clean as I can, and I can't anticipate when something like that's going to happen, especially on the difference in tires. And I had that in the forefront of my mind. It's how can I do this as clean as possible without getting the nose chop, because we had a little bit of contact earlier and I almost got turned completely when the 43 made his move. So that's why I was like, I need to stick to his bumper. It was hard racing. It's nerves. It's everything that goes into hard racing. And like I said, it's not the way I want to do it, but we put another 2.5 seconds on him on the last lap, so I feel a little bit more.
You definitely had the speed, and I feel like the theme of the day is white knuckle, because that's what everybody was doing today. But from a driver and a broadcaster standpoint, watching that, I could say the 9 car definitely checked up a little bit more than I would have expected, even on the old tires. So I'm gonna put that more on him than you. But yeah, and he finished second anyway, so he can't be too upset, right?
Well, he gave me some post-race misconduct, so that's gonna be.
I'm sure. You never want to be the guy on the receiving end, but you got to understand, it's like, I got tires, I got to go. so exactly. But anyways, great run from you. I mean, you had a great race all throughout. Talk to me about friends, family, sponsors. Who do you want to thank tonight?
I mean, I want to thank Cade. I mean, I have no idea what happened or what he said in his interview, but I want to thank him for hard racing. It doesn't happen without 2 cars being close and having hard racing. He's always been a good racer, and I really value that a lot in our hard racing we've had over the years. It's going to happen. I'll expect it back at another road course, but yeah, I got to thank Mom for watching. Got to thank Good Lord above, obviously, and all the fans watching, all the teammates at Ford. You guys did an awesome job tonight as well. Keep your heads up high. We got some ovals coming up. We got short track next week, so
yes,
maybe we get some more beating banging. But
totally different racing, but still hitting each other. So
exactly,
should be fun. Well, congratulations on the win tonight. Go enjoy it. I'm sure you're going to have some post-race nonsense to deal with, but put that aside and enjoy the win.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for putting this on again, Matthew.
Alrighty, see you next week. All right, there you have it. There's your winner. Elijah Fisher gets it done in Sonoma. Like you said, we're short track racing next week, so that's always fun. Hopefully you guys tune in. It's been a great broadcast. Thanks for tuning in and all the chatting as well. We will see you guys next week.